You're probably confused as to why you get conflicting advice between every single person on the internet. Well, here's why. Recruitment is weird in that it's a very, very specific type of job. And what would work for a software engineer in Minnesota may not apply necessarily to an accountant in Colorado. So the advice I give to people is broad enough and good enough so that as many people as possible can use it, but there are going to be exceptions to almost every single rule. Like, as an example, you should not have numbers or percentages in your bullet points. You still need the dates, but like any number or percentages is probably going to make your resume worse because it's harder to read. It does not give us what we need to do, but there's an exception to that. And the exception is if you're in sales or manager. Because if you're in sales or a manager, you need those numbers, and those numbers matter. And there was another post of a recruiter that knew what they were talking about, saying, like, if your sales resume doesn't have numbers, I'm going to probably reject you. And yeah, I think that's correct. But if your software engineer resume has numbers, most everybody else will probably reject you. So this is why it can vary greatly between like industries, but my advice is broad enough to be used as many places as possible. And this is why I try to tell you when I talk to you about advice about what the exception to that rule is, because there's an exception to literally every single rule. Every single rule has an exception, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. There are broad tips to do, like unless you're in sales or management, don't put numbers or percentages in your bullet points. Clearly the bullet points, not the dates. You need the dates, but not in the bullet points. So that's some of this stuff that I can do, and I just want to thank you all for watching. And if you have any other questions, submit them below, and I'd be glad to help and answer them. I'm the Headless Headhunter. I do resume reviews on YouTube and run a job search live stream on Twitch to show you how to get a job. Leave a job search question in the comments and I may make a video about it.